Alright guys, welcome to the third lesson of the third chapter. We were all on winner's power, right? Where do winners get the power from? And we're talking about the third lesson. Guys, please all raise your hand like this. And see, I have a problem. This finger is smaller than this one. And this finger is taller than this one, and this is the smallest one. I think, in the world of symmetry, we should all cut this and get it into one level. Is it a good idea? Think about it. Everything we want it to be perfect and structured. How many of you have gone to a bed and before going to the bed you try and lay down your bed sheet and make sure that there is zero, even a smallest arc or also not seen. Absolutely crystal clean. Possible? No, can't be completely tight. There's going to be one, like that. The question, guys. And the question is that to what extent do we learn to accept different people with us? The lesson number 3 is differencers acceptance. Differencers acceptance. Differencers acceptance. Guys, are we ready to absorb the differences of the other people? Winner power and the very important lesson. Let's get to the core of it. Guys, I and my brother decide to do a business. And I tell him that we would like to do this. And he says we would not like to do this. And we are both divided on an opinion. Okay? And at one point of time, while discussing, sometime I may agree to his thought and sometime he may agree to my thought. And then we eventually come to that conclusion. Guys, to accept other person who's different than you is one of the most powerful attribute of a winner. A person who cannot absorb a different person in their life, in their business, will not be able to keep employees, will not be able to have people who would be countering them, will not be able to, go to our earlier lessons, will not be able to keep devil's advocate with him. In fact, guys, a person who is not going to accept the difference of the other person or a different person within him, that person is not going to able to jump also, next leap also. Why? Because he will always have yes persons around with him. Is this right? Yes. Is this right? Yes. So then there is nobody to challenge him or her, whoever it is. Guys, different people are the ones who are going to work with you. In case you are good in accounting, let somebody else who's good in marketing with you. If you're good in operations, let somebody else who's good in people management with you. If you are good in storytelling, let somebody be who's very good in blogging be with you. If you are very good online, let somebody be there who's very good offline. If you are a very good teacher but not a good mentor, if there could be somebody who's on one-to-one, please keep that person with you because you are in a mass, he's good in one-to-one. Guys, understand that different people bring in different set of strength. You are not Brahma. You are not God that you have all the strength with you. You have certain strength and certain limitation. The same applies to the other person. They have certain strength, they have certain limitation. Absorb the strength of that person and start leveraging for your business or for yourself or for your work. The winners are the ones who are ready to accept that differentiation and work. I have or you have known so many businesses in which there are 50,000 employees, 60,000 employees, 100,000 employees. There are businesses which have 50 employees, 100 employees. There are businesses where there are no employees. The owner is in the shop, removes the product, gives it to you, takes the money and does everything by himself or herself. After 10 years, you go to that shop and that shopkeeper is saying, I'm going to close down my shop. Not a far story, guys. This is a real story, very close to my house. I said, why are you going to close down? No, now I don't want to run. I'm going to give this shop on rent and I'm going to chill. His son at one point of time was perhaps wanting to start a retail chain of retail stores. But the father was too much resistance and he was not ready to accept, the alternative ideas of this son. Forget about accepting the alternative ideas. Was he ready to accept the son in the business, even helping him in the routine processes? Maybe no. Why? Because the son had a different thought, the father had a different thought. Guys, understand this. Understand this. Guys, learn to accept. I always keep telling people, we all learn to accept our fingers the way they are differently. Hold it close and see the power it becomes. The same applies to a family business. The same applies to anybody. You learn to accept the other person with a different strength, different weakness, different thought, different perspective, different religion, different creed, different caste, different whatever it is. And when that person starts working with you, you start appreciating. And when you start appreciating capability of different people, guys, trust me, your perspective of looking at things become extremely positive. Your perspective of looking things becomes so naturally good that at one point of time, anybody coming to you also will talk in a very good appreciative tone. Just imagine if somebody comes and tells you, "Hi, you look a little yellow and pale. Are you okay?" Although you are not, but it starts with this. Why? Because that person and you both are always in a very negative frame. Because you can't say good things about people. And so therefore you can't accept people. Let's look at it other way around. You have a lot of people working for you. You have accepted people like that. And you're always carrying a wonderful smile on your face. And somebody comes and, "You look pale and yellow." No, bro. In case it is like that, it could be for some other reason. I'm too happy with my set of people who are doing extremely great job around me. That's it. I mean, you have multinational companies, you have small companies. All of them have grown not because of the owner, but because of the owner's ability to accept different people. Yes. You are allowed, cannot do everything, but you, along with a lot of people, can do a lot of things. I have known family business in which the patriarch is 86 years age. And he has even the grandson in the business, but along with the grandson, there are another 4,000 employees. He has offices across 21 countries in the world, and still they run. So he has somebody who speaks Chinese, he has somebody who speaks Latin, he has somebody who speaks Spanish, he has somebody who speaks English. He perhaps doesn't know all the languages. He's still able to comprehend all of them and get in the business and still achieve. I always treat that person with great respect and reverence. Why? Because this person has adopted differences of any type, any caste, creed, culture, anything. He does not have all of these as a selection parameter. You know, guys, you'll be surprised. One of the selection parameters is that do you drink or smoke? And in case they don't do that, he's a priority. Doesn't mean that the person that smokes or drinks is a bad person. He says, we do consider them, but this is one of my small inclination towards a priority selection. Fair enough. Guys, learn to accept the differences of the other person and different people, and that's going to be a game changer for your business and for also winning, guys. Have a great time, guys. God bless you. Do good something for yourself and for your family.